Down along the South Carolina coast for 20 years, and I have my brother lives in South Carolina, and my niece is a coquette here at USC, and the coquette, I guess it's called. I'm sorry, not a coquette. I'm not a native, guys. I'm not a native. I'm great. Anyway, so we're very much connected to South Carolina. We know the wonderful warm hospitality of the people here, and I can tell you, having come down from New Hampshire and the protesters and the crowds and the screaming and the hollering and the Occupy Wall Street, it's great to be in the gentle South. Well, I just want to say that South Carolina is a state that stands up and prides itself on its strong traditional values. It's conservative values. It's a state that believes in less government, low taxation. It believes in states' rights. It believes in a little bit of federal government. And deeply believes in family and faith as the foundational principles of our state. We have an opportunity in this election to make a choice that will speak very, very loudly to our country. All I would ask you to do is to support a candidate that reflects the values of South Carolina. Yeah. Because over the next few weeks, the next week or so, and over the past few weeks, you have been told that your job is to pick someone who can win, to compromise those values that you believe in, to settle for something less, to settle for something that, well, maybe isn't quite as authentic as your values, maybe isn't as consistent, because we so badly need to win. You've been told this many times in the past. As Republicans, you're constantly told, well, you can't really have what you really want because, well, you know, if you put a real strong conservative up there, across the board on national security and on moral cultural issues, and on economic and spending issues, then they'll have a hard time winning. And we need to win. And who's saying that to? People who don't share your values.
That's right.
And they want you to compromise your values so they can have their values be represented on a national ticket. Don't defer your judgment. The last time we had such a critical election was way back in 1980 when our country was in an economic malaise, according to Jimmy Carter. We had a hostage crisis in Iran. Sound familiar? We were considered weak overseas, and Jimmy Carter was managing decline. And you were being told here in South Carolina, settle for something less so we can win. And you said, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to take our chance, our vote, our message to the country, and we're going to make a statement. We're going to stand for someone who believes in the values that we know will make America great again. And we are not going to compromise on that. I find it really incredible that, and I hear this a lot, and legitimately so, where people say to candidates running for office, why do you compromise? Why do you compromise? Why do you compromise on this or that? Why don't you stand for your principles? Why don't you stand for your principles? You want your leaders to lead? Lead them.
That's right.
This is the most important election of your life. South Carolina very well may decide who the next president of the United States is going to be. Do not defer your judgment to those who do not share your values, to those who do not want to see what happens to America, what you want to see happen to America. Lead. Be bold. Remember this. When when South Carolina voted for Ronald Reagan, he wasn't Ronald Reagan.
That's right.
Not the Reagan we remember. He became the Ronald Reagan we remember. But you saw the Reagan. You believed he could be that Reagan